What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. I appreciate you guys tuning in as always. Today we're gonna do it a little bit different in the sense of I'm not gonna be holding the camera. I'm gonna try to use a tripod as much as I can, that way I can get you guys better angles, stuff like that. So as you can see, we got the beautiful Can-Am behind me, and once again, like I said, we're gonna work on lighting on this car today. So we do have the Chupacabra mirrors installed, the Baja Designs headlights, and we did throw on the light bar as well. But the only things that are wired are the headlights and the mirrors. We're gonna do the harness, or we're gonna install the harness. We're gonna install the harness today for the light bar. Obviously, when I ordered the light bar, it came with the harness, but I tried to hook it up to the switch panel, the aux beam switch panel, but the wires kept getting hot just because it didn't have the relay of the harness, just because I tried to hook it up directly to the positive and negative. So unfortunately, I did have to order another harness since I did cut the old one up. But the mirrors are wired to the switch panel. I guess they don't pull as much voltage, so the wires on the mirrors don't get hot when I hook it up to the switch panel, but the one on the light bar does. So we're gonna go ahead and install this harness today of the Baja Designs, and I also did pick up some caps or some amber lenses from Baja Designs as well for the Chupacabra mirrors, just to kind of switch it up. Obviously, everything in the front of the car is shining white, and usually I do like it to look uniform. So for example, that diesel back there, at night, everything is white on the front, the cab lights, the mirror lights, and then that one has switchbacks as well. So I am kind of a fan of the amber, and I heard that, you know, with reviews and everything, I heard that you can go ahead and connect, or sorry, if you hook these up, they help with fog and stuff like that, as far as the amber goes. So like I said, I do have you guys set up on the tripod right now. I'm gonna start taking apart the car. I already took the seat out of it, just because it makes it a lot easier to work with, and since we are hooking up the harness to the bus bar in the middle, I did need to remove the seat anyways. So I'm gonna bring you guys along for the ride. Like I said, the light bar is installed, so I'll kind of show you guys how that goes, but it's a pretty simple install, nothing crazy. And then yeah, we'll see how it all turns out. It is super dirty. My pops took it over the weekend to go riding, and just like everything, I don't know if you guys have this too, but he's like, you know what, you wash it better than I do, so you go ahead and wash it. We're going out again this weekend, so I'm gonna go ahead and hold off on washing it until we get back, so there's no point. But I figured regardless, we're still gonna make this video, and we're gonna make the best of it. So yeah, let me go ahead and start disassembling the car. I'm gonna kind of get you guys set up on the tripod here, and yeah, we'll go from there and see how everything turns out. Alrighty guys, so here she is, my 21 Can-Am XRS Turbo RR, for those that don't, or are new to the channel or haven't met, you know, the Can-Am. But yeah, like I said, so everything on the car is Baja Designs so far. The headlights, the mirror lights, and the Baja Designs light bar. The light bar is super simple to install as far as mounting goes. So obviously it comes with its brackets, the two bolts up there, the bolts that go through here, that go straight to the inside, and then you do have the dampener, I think it's called, just so it's not vibrating like crazy while you're riding. But yeah, like I said, everything looks super good. Only complaint is I wish the light bar would sit a little bit lower, maybe like in front of the windshield or over the wiper, so kind of like right here. But honestly, right there's fine. I'm not really complaining. But yeah, so I do have the tripod set up over here. I did fish the wire as well of the light bar. Oh, I did fish the the harness right there, so the plug-in comes over here. So we're gonna have to run it down through here, in through the, or behind the speaker panel. You can kind of see what I did right here with the pod lights right here, with the ditch lights, I guess you can call them, I don't know, mirror lights. Run it under the dash. Obviously, power will go to the bus bar that's right here, and then the switch will come up, and then it'll go right there. So it's a pretty simple install. It's not too bad, just maybe time consuming just because you have to take apart the whole interior. But yeah, by the end of this video, those right there will be swapped out with the yellow ones, and then the light bar should be working and everything should be working the way it needs to. So yeah, let me put you guys back on the tripod, and we're gonna go ahead and start disassembling this little car. Alrighty guys, so as you guys just saw, I just took the whole interior apart. Already kind of ran the harness just because I was, you know, kind of already here, so I figured why not. So you do have to drop the glove box. There's 2 pins in here, so you do have to take everything out of your glove box. So there's a couple of these in there, and then this one right here is this one. So this top one, this top torch right here has a 10 mil right behind it, so just don't forget to grab that so you can get that one out. Don't think it's stripped or anything. And then you got a couple more torches kind of laid out. So there's one right here, one down here, where else? And oh, and then 2 right here. So 1 right here and 1 right here, and everything should just kind of pop down. I never take out the glove box all the way just because it's kind of handy just to kind of tuck all the wires and everything down there. So yeah, so for example, what I did with the mirrors was I ran that wire all the way under the dash and everything through here, and then you can see where they're spliced together right here, and then I ran it down through here through the plastics, and you can see the wire come out right here. Boom, and then that goes to the aux beam switch panel. So like I said, these right here on the mirror, those are hooked up to the switch panel. Unfortunately, I tried to do the same thing with the light bar, but wire just kept getting hot. So we are gonna have to run to the bus bar. This is what I mean by the bus bar right here. So then obviously negative goes on top, red goes to the bottom, and then you can just go ahead and get that wired in, and then you have power. As soon as you power on the car, you should have power to the switch. So let's see if we did it right. So theoretically, so car has power right there. Sorry guys, it connected to the Bluetooth of the car when I powered it on. So as you can see, car has power right there. And theoretically, if we hit the switch, it should power on. So switch is on, and boom, light bar is on. So I'm assuming the rest of them are on as well, but let's take one more cap off just to be sure. Come on. Yep. Boom, there she is. So the light bar has power. That is all we need. Obviously, like I said, this switch is gonna go right there. That's usually where the override switch goes, but I've had this car for a couple years now and I've never used that button, so I'm just gonna go ahead and delete that, and just go ahead and stuff it under the dash so it's out of the way, and then we're gonna go ahead and put the light bar one right there. So yeah, other than that, everything else is pretty straightforward. Obviously just kind of clean up a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and tidy this all up. I'm gonna get a couple zip ties together so we can clean this up, because I hate like looking like a rat's nest of wires. But for the same reason, I tried to hook it up to the switch panel, but like I said, that was no good. So we're just gonna go ahead and clean everything up right there, so that once we put the plastic back on that one, obviously everything stays hidden. And then just clean up this mess of wires down here as well, just so we don't have any dangling wires or anything that can get caught up in the way. So yeah, but thankfully, like I said, super simple install, nothing too bad. Just I guess kind of time consuming. You can see the harness of the light bar goes down here, and then it goes into, you know, behind this plastic. And I did use the strap for the windshield to kind of hold them down in place right here. So yeah, so it's super simple, nothing too crazy, but just like I said, a little bit time consuming. So yeah, let me put all this back together, and then we'll go ahead and swap out these lenses and see how everything looks once the car's all done. So just like that, guys, she is all done, put together, ready to go. Obviously we got the seat back in, and then we got the little baby seat in there. All the wires are tucked, and then like I said earlier, you can see I put it down through here. I already showed you guys that. But yeah, all the wires, only wires you do see are just kind of right here. But like I said, it just ties into the cage right there, and boom. I do need to put some zip ties back on the roof, because I do zip tie it down because I got tired of losing the clips. So as you can see, I do zip tie it. Yeah, honestly, the zip ties work pretty good as far as like rattling and everything goes. So yeah. And then I also went ahead and tossed on one of the amber lenses right here. So you can see, pretty simple. It's a 2.5 Allen key. Take the four little screws out, and boom. So I'm gonna go ahead and power on the machine, and I'm gonna go ahead and, you know, kind of switch all the lights on individually and then all together, just so you can get an idea. I don't think we'll be able to tell how bright everything is, but I'm sure it'll be more than enough at night. It's over 30,000 lumens, I believe. So each pair of those is around 2,300 lumens. So obviously we got we got 3 pairs, and then we got the mirror lights as well. Those together, I want to say, are like 3,000 lumens. And then we got the big light bar on top. That big light bar over there is over 22,000 lumens. So you bring everything together, you got a little bit over 30,000 lumens coming out of the front of this car. So yeah, let me go ahead and power everything on. Nice comments. But yeah, let me go ahead and power everything on. Like I said, I'm gonna cycle through a couple light sequences, you know, kind of like the headlights, turn them off, then the mirrors and everything. But yeah, let's see how this all looks. Go ahead and get the jack out the way. We had a customer yesterday rip a huge burnout, so the jack got covered, and then you can see right there on the floor, and then the wall of the shop and everything. We've done a bunch of cleaning, but the hose, everything got cooked. I'll go ahead and insert the video right here. But yeah, sometimes we get a little crazy here at the shop, or we get bored, in other words. But yeah, back to the video. So let me go ahead and switch everything on and see how everything looks. Boom, and just like that, guys, she is ready to go back on the trailer. We have it laid out right here. It is currently Wednesday. We have a bunch of tires to unload. It's currently Wednesday. We are gonna go riding this weekend. So I see no need to take it to the garage and do all that and go put it away. And so we're just gonna go ahead and take her home today. And she's just gonna have to sit outside of my house, so that way we can be ready for Sunday. But there she is. Like I said, obviously, 1, camera doesn't do it justice, and 2, it's broad daylight, so you can't see how absolutely bright everything is. But yeah, that's over 30,000 lumens coming out the front of this thing. Let me go ahead and turn on the whips and all the accessories all together. I think I made a video before of how everything looks once it's on, but so that should be everything on. Boom. And that's how she looks, man. She is ready for her next ride. So yeah. Oh, let me show you guys the exhaust cut. I don't think I've ever made a video. So this thing goes from literally being quiet, you know, nobody can hear it, to being as loud as it possibly can with the cutout. that, guys, she is all loaded up, ready for the next ride. Got a little Sadie out here with me. Come on. Got a little puppy, she's my little puppy. She's my little pocket pit bull, Sadie. But I think she's been featured on the channel before. But yeah. So, like I said, she's all loaded up, ready for the next ride. As always, I appreciate you guys tuning in. If there's anything you guys want to see on the car, like I said, if you guys want to see a riding vlog, we can definitely do that as well. But yeah, there's really not much left to say. I don't know what's next for the car. I think we're gonna get some fenders and stuff like that. I really want to look into, or if you guys know anybody that does the window nets that kind of like come up like a butterfly, I've been looking into those too. Or honestly, we might just build some. So yeah, I'm not sure, but definitely stay tuned, guys. We are not done with this one. We're still waiting on some parts for the diesel, Coyotes. Yeah, I'm always working on something. So like I said, I'll bring you guys along for the ride. I appreciate you guys tuning in as always. Like, comment, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that. If you guys have any questions, leave them in the comment section, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.